Hello there everyone. Today I want to just do a little review for you. As you can probably see, it's macrame boards. If you don't know about these, it's basically to help you make macrame jewellery, bracelets, more specifically the Shambhala style ones. They haven't been out for that long yet. They were released this year, so they're still fairly new. As you can see, they come in two sizes. There's a bigger one and then a smaller one, the mini macrame board. Now what I'll do is I'll start off with the big one. They're pretty much the same, do the same thing, it's just the size, so. This is what it looks like. And it's pretty big if you compare it to my hand. So basically the benefit of the big one over the small one is that you have the possibility to have several projects on the go at a time, which can be quite handy. Both just at home if you're working with it, but actually also maybe to travel. You can set them up from home. You can attach everything, all your beads and your cord from home and just bring it with you, and you have several projects with you. This is basically the back side, which is all blank, whereas you'll find in the front you have like a grit, which is measurements to help you as you're working with, say if you're making a bracelet this way, you can see out here how many inches that you've actually made it. So that can be quite helpful. One thing about it, obviously it's quite busy to look at, so it can be a bit disturbing sight-wise. So actually most of the time I like to work on the back, but it's just pure preference. But the measuring can obviously come in handy, so it's only a plus side. My only thing is I wish there was centimetre measurements as well, because some people do work in that over inches, but you know, it's no big deal. What you'll find around the edge of it, all the way around, it's got these notches. If I try and pull one up a little bit, you see? And this in between is where you put your cord. So I'll demonstrate for you. I've got a little piece of scrap cord, and you just slide it down and it'll hold. When I work with it, I normally wrap it around 3 times like this, and it won't go anywhere while you're working with it. That's a guarantee. So that is a really good thing. And at first when I bought it, you'd be kind of worried that over time they're gonna wear, so the spaces in between, you know, it won't be as tight, so it won't hold the cord as well. But I haven't found that to be the case at all yet, so hopefully that'll last. It is said as well, because I'm pretty sure it's made out of memory foam, or type of memory foam thing, which is supposed to then pretty much bounce back into shape. So it shouldn't be doing that either, so that's only a good thing. Let's just hope it keeps that way. Also, what it does say that you're supposed to be able to use pins with it. I haven't done that purely because it does say that once you've done it, the holes won't go away right away, but over a little bit of time they will kind of disappear, because it is this memory foam type material. I'm sure that is the case. I can't really say with that because I haven't used pins on it. I prefer not to, just in case, because I think regardless, even if it does heal a little bit, I think if you keep doing it over time, it does just damage it. I would be pretty sure it does that. So that's why I have separate macrame boards for that kind of work. For these, I only use it to use the notches. To like make specifically bracelets is what's best, really. What I do the most. So that's the big one. The small one, pretty much the same thing, just a smaller version. We've also got measurements. Now this is brilliant if you're just working at, say, one bracelet. So the other one can be a little bit big if you're only working with one bracelet. But then this is brilliant for that. Or say if you're making macrame rings, which are obviously going to be quite a bit smaller, the other one is going to be way too big for that. So this would be ideal to work on the short end, the short side of it. So they do have some different uses and purposes. So really, you don't obviously need them, it's not a necessity to have them. And even if you have one of them, you don't necessarily need both, but they are nice to have, really nice to have if you like working with specifically macrame a lot. And then obviously the two different sizes kind of have their own plus points. So really, it worked out before I got them. I managed to do things, you know, macrame bracelets and all that, but it just is a lot nicer to work with. So I do really recommend them if you can get hold of them. It does make it a lot easier to work with, so for me, I definitely say it's a thumbs up. So for me, I definitely say that they're a thumbs up. Like I said, it's not a necessity. You don't absolutely need them, but they are nice to have. The price, actually they're not too bad, I think. The big one is, it fluctuates obviously where you buy it. It's between 11, 12, 13, possibly 14, maybe with postage probably, pounds, depending on where you buy it, which I think is a little bit expensive, but if it is a tool that you're going to be using a lot, then I definitely think it's worth it. The small one, I think, is from anywhere, I've seen it from about £6 to £7, and then up to actually over £10 for that one. I think though, that's partly when, because they are fairly newly released, they've been out of stock a lot because they have been really popular. So when they say a website knew it was out of stock everywhere else, they sold whatever they had left for a higher price. So just watch out for that. The big one, you should the small one, sorry, you should definitely not pay over £10 for that. That is definitely too expensive. So overall, I really think it's a good tool. If you do this kind of work a lot, I really recommend them. So yeah, that's a thumbs up for me.